So, because I'm the smartest man alive, and because, again, the thing that makes intelligence so valid is your ability to connect dots, basically. But that makes you a valuable resource to humanity is your ability to make dots that we don't already know that exist, right? So, as a kid, it's important for you to develop and to have that ability. Um, Basically, like math, you should be able to connect the dots. 1 plus 1 is 2, and logically be able to explain why 1 plus 1 is 2. And the same thing should be done with 2 plus 1 and how it's 3 and why it equals 3 and how 2 is 2 is 4 and how it equals 4 and how 4 is 7 because 8, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying shit. Um, but basically, and that actually explains why I dropped out of college. Basically, because I failed the philosophy class. And the reason why I failed this philosophy class was because they decided to fail me. Well, actually, not fail me, but fail me on a test, basically. And in this test, they wanted to know who the philosopher was that had the philosophy about a bell and dogs, or like a bell and steak. I forgot how they worded it, but basically, I forgot the name Pavlov, right? I couldn't remember the name for some reason. And like in my life, this is what happens. But I can ask an AI, right? Like okay, so admittedly, uh, back in the day we wouldn't have AI, but you could go to Google and be like, who was that philosopher with the dogs and steak? The ancient Greek philosophy diagnosis of synopia, often referred to as diagnosis of cynic, recognized the dog is famous. Uh, huh? What the hell are you talking about? So who's Pavlov? Who is Pavlov? Right. Classical conditioning through experimentation with dogs. So why the Ivan Pavlov was the dude's name, right? And again, I failed the test, and apparently so did the Google AI. Apparently diagnosed the 4th century BC in Athens, and Corinth is known unless including barrel with little clothing and dog with down. What the hell? The name of Diogenes. What the fuck? I don't know. Okay. This has nothing to do with what I was talking about. Okay. Pavlov Bell. Oh shit. Fucking bitch. That defeats the purpose. Who was a psychologist with the dog, steak, and bell? Yes, Ivan Pavlov. Okay, thank you. Fuck. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about for. I'll look into it. Get more help with the AI mode. Diogenes Sinopia. I have no idea who the fuck that is, but we're gonna find out once we're done recording. But anyways, the point that I wanted to get to was the idea of I wanted to basically I was connecting dots, right? So I just explained Bill Burr, basically, and the reason why he is rising up, and same with Russell Peters, and why he rose up, and blah blah blah, with certain comedians, and basically they may have been shots in the dark per se, and they may have landed magically or luckily, or maybe we're lucky. I can't definitively say for certain like why or why not or whatever. But what I do want to say is that they are famous, basically, or they are infamous, or whatever you want to call it, for the same reason why President Trump is famous. It's because it negatively impacts society and basically guides you downwards. So you may make this connection here, but everything else around them is negative. And again, maybe that's a natural occurrence, but my claim is that the people that I mentioned here, because I think it's a new video and I haven't said them before, but basically, we have, not them, Paul Ryan, Steve Bannon, Jeff Sessions, Lindsey Graham, Jim Jordan, Pete Hegseth, RFK Jr., Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marco Rubio, Janine Pirro, Jubilee and owners, Netflix and owners, Ben Shapiro and friends, Paramount Global, and whatnot. On Fox News, I'm gonna put Fox News on here as well. I should say Fox News here. I'm gonna put after I think Matt Gaetz and Lauren Ekman and Margie, after Marjorie Taylor Greene, because they're multifaceted, so to speak. So they are mentioned more than once because they have more than one application to the crime of negatively influencing society. Basically, that's what they're doing, and that's what this is, and that's what this is all about, and that's why they have the vice president, basically, and the reason why they have him, who he is for the same reason why we have Trump, is because they're willing to sell out and they're willing to fuck over everybody else so they can fill their pockets. And that's the idea. And again, there's people that exist, even potentially or possibly, they think, oh, I'm doing the right thing. Like, for example, Matthew Cawthorn. Like, I'm involved for the right reasons. And then he goes to this house. Turns out all of the it's called congressmen and whatnot are here, and there's hella drugs and hella little prostitutes and underage girls, and he sees like, for example, what's his name? That old fucker. Oh, Mitch McConnell. He's chasing after a 14-year-old girl. You can come back here, so I can. Oh, I need to take my heart on pill. Come here, and fuck you with my dick, my 2-inch dick, right? Because that's basically what it is. He's like, what the fuck? And he acknowledged that and typed it out, whatever, and he told the world, and so he was innocently brought in. Everyone's like, oh fuck, I thought he was part of the fucking thing, and so we don't ever hear about it anymore. He was Bernie blacked out, right? Or Ninja blacked out because I'm suffering from the same thing, but that's what happened to him, basically. But again, it's these influencers that will negatively influence you. Again, willingly or not, you are doing that. And again, Matthew Cawthorn, an example of one of those people that realized, oh shit, I'm on the wrong side of history. And I didn't realize I'm on the wrong side of the history. The point is, you're still influenced. It didn't matter. You're still there. And then again, all of the Fox News that were associated with Fox News, they're influencers or influenced. And again, Trump was a Trojan horse. Elon Musk was a Trojan horse. They did what they did via Elon Musk. They used him for the government powers, controls, information, knowledge, secrets to sell to Russia, and blah blah blah. That's how the fucking other people got the atom bomb. It's the same bullshit. This is they let their guard down. They let the fucking snakes in. But yeah, And don't get me wrong, there are liberals too that are guilty of this. And the problem is, there's people like Sean Paul Reyes from Long Island Audit who do the right thing, but they're bitches, and the fact that they don't go far enough, they're too stupid, basically, or not too stupid, but they're too soft, essentially, right? So there's too soft, basically, or there's too stupid, or there's like unforgiving, as in you crossed the line, sure, and you came back, sure, but the problem is you won't accept them back, and you're such a cutthroat bitch. You think no, and it's like, I understand. Like, I will make love to you, I will use you. You can be my partner in crime, and you can be my bitch, or whatever. But you fucked up, right? And again, a metaphor, whatever. But you fucked up. You're welcome into my life. You're welcome to be part of what I am. But you'll never be what you could have been because you fucked up, and that's fine. But you can still be here. Is my point, right? That's the whole idea right there. But yeah, that's the left does, is they don't do that, basically. So and Strong Reyes, but they, because of that, we have issues like Jeffrey Epstein, or he knew, but because of bitches and whatnot, he died. Because 9/11 it happened because of bitches, basically, and because they're brought up or guided into a certain situation, and then the left could have defended, but because they're too soft, and because they're like Sean Paul, they're like, okay, we'll sell out of court instead of going all the way through to court and changing the law and changing the rules. Instead, we'll give you favor and allow you to do stuff you want to do. But everyone else, fuck them. They all fucking suck and they all fucked up. And we're still corrupt. But where Sean Paul Reyes is, we gotta play ball. Like, they're trying to do the same thing with me, but I plan to sue the people that are trying to take my the videos down with copyrights and shit. They're all saying like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. And I'm like, why not? Basically. But anyways, so Jeffrey Epstein, 9/11, COVID. So COVID happened because of moving goalposts, basically, like with healthcare. Like, you need this to stay open. Okay, I'll do this. Oh no, you need this to stay open. Oh, okay, then I'll do this. No, not this, that. Oh, okay, then I'll do that. Oh, but you need this too. Okay, and they kept doing that. And eventually, hell, places closed down. And what happened? Hell, the places ran in, bought them up. That's why we have little red blips all over California. It's because they did that shit. Same thing with tariffs. Basically, Marjorie Taylor Greene running in and buying the tariffs after everyone sold them because Trump was like, "I'm gonna raise tariffs," and everyone's like, "Fuck that!" And they sold all of their fucking their stocks, basically. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, among others, in the Republican Party, ran in and bought all the stocks for like fucking 10 cents and like 90 cents or whatever the fuck they were worth. So $9,000. It's 90 cents, and they bought them all. They bought everything. It's supposed to crash. It's supposed to crash. It's supposed to end. And Trump's like, never mind. Right? And then, by the way, I'm saying Trump because you idiots keep saying Trump. I understand it. No, it wasn't Trump. It was them. They're just using Trump. It was them. They're just using Trump. He's just a fall guy. He's a Trojan horse. You dumb bitches. Wake up. It's a manipulation. It's like reverse psychology, but you're not kids anymore. So what they would do is use Pavlov and the serve the drooling jogs and such. And for the prove my point, they have ego-driven reporter, idiot sellout fakers, basically like Luke Beasley, Adam Mockler, Kyle Kalinske, who does drugs. Like, watch the videos every time he's like, and I want to say, and but and it's just always he's sniffing, because he's fucking hell fucking high all the fucking time, and there's no problem with taking drugs like to sustain your life, but when you're just high and you're just like feeling good and you pretend to know shit because you just feel good, you're the problem. There's no problem with drugs until you make it a problem, and you make it a problem. Fucking idiot. Like, you act like an alpha that you ain't. But again, the whole list is the same. Luca Beasley, Adam Mockler, Kyle Klinsky, David Packerman, Philip DeFranco, Colton Wexit, Hassan Parker, Tim Pool, Caroline Levitt, Sarah Huckabee, Lord Trump, Mike Huckabee, Kellyanne Conway, Peter Ducey, Peter Ducey, Caroline Levitt, Aswan Gold, Long Island Audit, Shoe on Head, Destiny, Bill Burr, Conan O'Brien. They are false alphas. There are places you go and they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they pretend to know what the fuck they're talking about, and that's why the people from the first list will pay to invest into them, because they help make people stupid, like Bill Burr making kids stupid. And so that when you have a situation in a family, it's around that bullshit instead of all the shit that Oprah is talking about. Let's focus on the shit that Bill Burr is talking about. It makes sense, right? That's what they want. To a small extent, I mentioned Megan's Press is because the first half is clickbait. Basically, what they did was they pretended to be First Amendment auditors, or this is proof of them being stupid, and they actually believed that they were First Amendment auditors. Problem was, they were at a business that was privately owned. And the problem was, it was by request. It's not so much that you can't do it because we're taking your rights away. It's not so much that you have a privilege that we're revoking. No, it was just, can you not please? Like, we're asking if you can, but just please don't. And you're like, too bad I have a right. And like, okay. And they walked away. And what the, you felt you're proud about that? No, fuck you. You're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. Oh, and then I want to say that it was good because what's it called? Followed by good stuff, and basically you help promote businesses. Basically, so you ask like, what's your name? What do you sell? What's your address? What are your hours of operation? What do you do here? Does there any more? Like, is there, you took all of the information and you're spreading it around. That I like. That's fine. But the First Amendment honor pretend bullshit. No, that was bad. That was wrong. That was fucked up. You should never, never do that. Another person, Emiru, basically a beautiful girl, right? And she pretends to be something she isn't, but she dresses up, shaves, she looks really great, wonderful. Um, what's it called? Intellectually, she's kind of there, kind of not. She could potentially be more than she is, but she isn't for whatever reason, blah, blah, blah. And she's being exploited and used, is my point, and that's kind of what they're doing to America. And the reason why they're doing that to America is people like Emerald are showing them to be like me, and she, again, false alpha. You're pretending to be like her, which is an insecure bitch, and everyone's following her and copying her right into the arms of the wolves. Basically, you're dressing up like the girls from League of Legends, for example, hella hot. That's not natural. That's not normal. That's why it's like, oh, it's just cosplay. It's cosplay. Meanwhile, I'm fucking, yes, it's gonna fucking misfortune. And then I break up with you, and I never see you again. I go, and then you expect me to marry you after that? Like, what the fuck? You're fucking stupid. So the Bernie blackout did happen, and basically, I wanted to say that cancel culture does exist or it's a murder. Like one or another, you pick one. That's basically how it goes. You either get canceled or you get killed. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. Look at 9/11. Look what happened at our Capitol. Right? Because you won't listen, we're going to kill you. That's what it is. And they're probably gonna try to kill me or shut me down. Like I'm getting blacked out too. So, and then I also want to say that gaming, basically, is it's like even if you're a gamer, you're being influenced by it as well because it's a culture tradition that everyone is copying, and it got to gaming basically. So Democrats are doing well; they're holding basically. What the problem is, they had no balls to push back, and now it's getting lows gaming and basically impacting people like Nero Zerg, where even he is a false alpha. He's saying, oh, the only in cheese and disrespectful, dishonorable, blah 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 blah. But in reality, he's actually a piece of shit because like 2 weeks ago, he was like, I'm gonna use aggression to punish my opponent for not being aware enough to know like this is a weakness, right? So he bailing busted somebody and killed them, right? And he was proud of that, and he talked about that. He mentioned it. Problem was that's what we were doing to you, and you cried beta, all in cheese bullshit, blah blah blah, like a beta rather. Instead of actually facing it, you cried about it, and now they fucking removed alphas from the equation, and you want to act like you're the alpha when they got rid of the alphas, and so now you're the alpha, and you're trying to be the man. Now that men aren't allowed, you want to be the man. It reminds you of nature. Actually, it's a good point. Let's see. So, use the uh in nature there is a fish that will hide the fact that it's a male to trick the other males that are fighting for dominance. And while that is happening, it runs to the females and begins to mate with the females. Yeah, it's not a fish. I can't think of the name. It's called something. There's a octopus or squid. In nature, there's a squid that will hide the fact that it's a male to trick other males that are fighting for dominance into not looking at or noticing it. So, in nature, in nature, there is a squid that will hide the fact that it's a male to trick other males that are fighting for dominance into not looking or into not looking at or looking at or noticing it. And while that's happening, another comma, it runs to the females and begins to mate with the females. And that's basically what that is. That's a world of false alphas. Basically, that's what's going on. Then you see that in nature. It's fucking crazy. It's real. And then before I go, this is the bonus fact. Animals are humans, basically. Like they are us, but without drugs, basically. So like monkeys, dogs, and cats, all that shit, and whatever. It's just they're animals. Um, but basically, like we are monkeys, but because we had drugs and influenced ourselves with drugs, we stepped out of animals. So knowing that to expect life as we think we know it is very unlikely, and chances are uh, most aliens that we'll encounter actually are like a bacteria and such as this. The likelihood that there's a species that transforms like us is not very likely. But anyways, just food for thought to get you thinking, because it's from a real alpha, and it's a real topic that won't ruin your life like those fake fucks. But anyways, be well, be safe, be happy. Try to be better, do more, do better. But yeah, I'm out, so peace.